is From the Big House to the Penthouse podcast. Stories of addiction and recovery. The lie is dead. We do recover.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of From the Big House to the Penthouse, Stories of Addiction and Recovery. As always, your host is Ricky Cruz, but he's not here right now. He might catch up with us in a little bit, but we have a special guest. Our special guest today is Ronnie. What's up, Ronnie?
First of all, thank you for this opportunity, Raul. Also, um, the lie is dead. We
Yeah,
do
we do
recover.
recover, man.
Um, just grateful to be here, man.
That's good, man. It's always great seeing you, man. I really, I've grown fond of you, not just because of your story and because of what you've overcome in your life, but just you as a person, man. You're. I don't know if you know this, but you're kind of upbeat, and you always seem to be smiling and happy, and I dig that, man. That's the kind of thing that I like to surround myself with because having someone like okay, somebody that's always negative, it makes you feel some type of way. So being positive is the same way. You know what I mean? So everyone that normally doesn't watch the show, we've been a little MIA. So we took a break a little bit. Ricky and myself were having some contract disputes. No, I'm just kidding. No, we were taking care of a lot of personal things, and of course, mental health is one of our things that we focus on and we speak about, as well as our the whole concept of this podcast, man, was to be an advocate and to share experience, strength, and hope. Show the struggling addict that there is uh well, there's a life after, and great things can come. And with Ricky and his incredible story and where he was and where he is now, it's stories like that I feel like we need to hear. And yeah, so man, how you been doing?
Been great, man. Really can't complain. Life is good, but you know, it's all what you make of it. It's all about perspective. We were talking about that before, the
Yeah,
podcast started. Your focus and your ambitions change from time to time.
right.
Um, but the solution's always the same.
Yeah, what's been you in your life?
I mean, just work and I've been trying to do a lot more outreach.
Outreach.
Yeah, because I can't keep all this without giving some of it away.
Man, and people will find a lot of motivation from your story, man. It touched me, and speaking to you, man, is always is amazing. Amazing conversation. You're a good speaker, so I know you're a little nervous right now,
Nah,
but you got it.
I'm good.
Yeah, man. So what's new on the recovery? Let's talk about that.
Um, so I'd like to take a minute. We could just have a moment of silence. I had I lost as we talked about. I lost a good friend of mine, and for some reason this one hit different, and I must say his name because I did talk to the family and they said it was okay. But I like to have a moment of silence for the still suffering addict.
Yeah.
So let's just have a moment of silence.
Yeah, that was man, it's I'm sorry for your loss and for the family of your buddy. Um, man, do you do you get the should have, would have, could have? I think I experienced a friend pass away not too long ago, and that's what hit me a lot. You know, I mean, you don't want to. What if I just so everybody knows, I keep moving the headphones from my ear because I had this thing called Battlefield acupuncture, and there's a lot of piercings in my ear, so it's rubbing it and it feels weird. But that's it. So I lost a friend recently, man, and um, it's just different. We served some time in Iraq together, and we it's hard, man. It's hard. Um, have you have you I know you told me that you spoke at an event, not an event, but a recovery meeting recently. How did that go?
It was this morning.
Yeah.
It was actually based out of Baltimore. The meeting, which is where I'm from, of course. It's just great to do. It's you get so much out of giving back because I tell people all the time, you don't do this by yourself. A lot of people say I'm self-made. I do all this stuff. They're not. At some point in your life, somebody helped you.
Yeah.
Um, just for a second, I'd like to give a shout out to my boy, Bobby Chris. I love you, brother. And if I need to be the spark to make a difference, then challenge accepted. I'll do everything in my power to make sure nobody has to feel like this anymore. If I can do anything about it, so just wanted to let him know I was thinking about him, and he's uh he's in a better place for sure.
Does it make you want to do more? Because I know your story, and it's you know
I kind of get buyer's remorse. It's like, why did I get to get it? You start thinking of all these different things. And me and him had actually been talking. We reconnected, and he reached out to me through Facebook Messenger, and we had been talking. And his I'm not going to give too much detail, but his daughter lives in Texas, right outside of Dallas, and he was there, and I was trying to figure something out so I could go see him, and I never got the chance. So yeah, I feel real guilty, because us as individuals and humans, we believe that we can say something that's going to spark,
yeah.
that's going to make them say, "Hey, this is it. I got to stop." Um, but unfortunately, you have to want to stop.
Right.
And it doesn't make you better than or any less than either as a person. It's an addiction, and it's mean, and it's nasty, and it's not prejudice.
No. Yeah. um as we know, it's affected a lot of people, rich, poor. you know uh it's a tough thing to battle, but having a support system and working the steps of recovery is something that like giving back always helps me. You know what I mean? So trying to give back in any way I can, even if it's small of some sort, it's whatever I can do always. It I don't know, giving back heals me. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Man, so what do you got? What do you got planned? What do you plan on doing? Some speaking? Some more speaking?
Yeah, for sure. Even if I can save one person, man, it's you. You really start to think when you're given the gift of desperation to say, "Hey, I want to quit doing this stuff." and then to keep it all yourself will be selfish. At least for me,
Yeah.
you know, because it was freely given to me, I'm gonna freely give it to somebody else. You know, so really, I just don't. I try not to take anything for granted, man. Every day is a blessing. I'm grateful every day. Doesn't mean the day is perfect. Life still happens, but I know what the alternative is. Left to my own devices, I'm homeless on the street in Baltimore. You know, so it is what it is. I try to do the footwork and try to, because it's really not about me. I keep when you say, "Hell, people want to hear you." Don't try to hear me. Hear God.
I heard that.
It's not me.
Yeah.
It's really not me.
But like you said, your words can spark something in someone else, and that be, the thing they needed to hear and change their life. Like there's different people that had influence on me. A lot had to do with the police department. You know what I'm saying? And the court system. And then I realized there was an issue, so without getting in trouble, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. And I'm grateful for that, you know. So who's been one of your biggest supporters? I know you have a lot. You're you know,
Um, Probably my biggest supporter would probably my dad.
your dad.
Yeah, because he believed when I didn't even believe,
Yeah.
and that's hard to do when um when you're in a constant wheel of doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. That's the definition of insanity
Yeah.
to its core. So for me, this ain't my recovery; it's our recovery. Because like I said, I can't do this by myself, and I've had a lot of support. But it wasn't always like that. When I was using, I couldn't call anybody. So it's for me. I think God knew I needed everything stripped of me completely in order for me to see my ways. Because I knew I was a drug addict. I mean, that was obvious.
Yeah.
But for me, it was way deeper than that. Drugs were just a symptom. The way I thought, the way I acted, the way I couldn't tell the truth. I mean, there were so many different layers to this stuff that I never even realized until I started working the steps and finding out what really makes Ronnie tick. And it's mind boggling.
Yeah. So as you continue to so you work the steps and then you rework the steps. Is that so? Do you find something new every time? Does it make you? Do you still have that oh shit, like the oh shit moments, things like that?
Oh yeah. I actually um am rededicating to starting over the steps from step one again. Excuse me. But I'm a work in progress. I'm not perfect by no means. I'm just a dope fiend from Baltimore, Maryland that tried to make a difference in other people's lives, and thank God I made a difference in mine with the help of a lot of people. So I don't like taking stuff for granted. If somebody gives me something, I'm gonna give it back tenfold.
The the way you said that was insane. Just dope. Say it how you said it. Dolphin from Maryland. Just that. Uh, it's acceptance, and I know religion plays a big part in your recovery. So do you think that you could be here without that?
No, not at all. God
So
is everything or he's nothing for me.
so being saved was a big push for your
That was later on once I got a couple of years and once I got married and stuff. So I I figured that was what I was going to do. That's the route I was going to go. But God revealed Himself so many times to me before, even when I was using.
Yeah.
Because in retrospect, you look back and you're like, "Oh, God was there that time. I just couldn't see Him because I had, rose-colored glasses or whatever it is, But the beauty of it is I don't know why I got it. I really don't.
A
Like,
second, third, fourth chance.
oh yeah, it was multiple rehabs, multiple overdoses. I mean, I check all the boxes. Homeless, no car, no job, no nothing. So
You ever sit back and think like, oh shit, I'm here for a reason?
absolutely.
Do you think your reason is to share your message?
Oh, for sure. But like I said, don't look to me. Look to God. I'm just a vessel.
Right.
I just do um what I feel is right, and sometimes that's not always right. I'm definitely not perfect for sure. But I I've really focused these last couple months on being part of the solution and not being the problem.
Yeah. I man, with being so the way I see you is being so positive. So what how do you keep that positive outlook on life with everything the way it is? You know what I mean? Like the way the world is, the way or do you mess with social media at all?
I mean, I a little bit, but I'm not really in tune with it.
Yeah.
But um,
Do you watch the news?
not really,
That's good.
not really.
That's real good.
Cause an addict like me, I have to stay focused.
Yeah.
Like I have to have everything what I'm gonna do that day. Like I already have a plan. My wife says I'm the planner of the family, but I uh I like stability because you're talking to somebody that used to live reckless and didn't care about anything, and now I have just a little structure, and it makes a big difference for me.
How long you been clean? Sober, recovery,
I'm coming up
all of the
on
above.
I'm coming up on March 1st of two so 13 years.
13 years.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Yep. And I didn't get it the first time either, so that's part of my story.
Yeah.
Um, I came in and out, in and out, in and out, and like I said, it took me being homeless to find in another state, of course, because now I'm here in Texas. I was homeless in Baltimore, and then I came here to Texas and was homeless here.
Hmm.
So now I'm 1,800 miles away from anything I ever knew, where I grew up, where I know everybody, and just it was needless to say, it was a very humbling experience, because I know where I come from. I can sit here and tell stories or tell these people, hey, you know, I uh I did all this stuff, but really I'm just I say it all the time, I'm still just a recovering addict trying to get better one day at a time.
Man, but 13 years, that's some time behind you right there, man. I I can't wait to be able to say that if that makes I just hit 3 not too long ago. Well, actually in June, 3 years. So but
Congrats.
it feels good, man. It feels good. And it's something I never thought I'd say, because I mean shit. I didn't I just didn't nah, I don't know, man. I couldn't go fucking, days, hours, things like that.
So I tell people all the time, if you're clean today, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Whether it's 30 minutes, 30 hours, I don't care. It's a big deal because we're asking people to stop a vicious cycle on a whim,
Yeah.
and it's like I said, the drugs are just a symptom that I use to cover the pain and everything else that comes with it. So it's it's very eye opening to because I was asked the other day, do you ever look back? And I say, nah. For what? I'm not going that way. Why would I look back? I'm not. I like to reminisce and stuff, but what does that do? It doesn't help. Um, I just want to be a difference, man.
Do you ever go back to Baltimore?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's ever mine? Fuck.
It's a
Wasn't sure about whether to say that word.
it's a weird conundrum.
Conundrum.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's a weird conundrum because that was my home.
Yeah.
That's where I grew up. That's where I learned mostly everything I know. And then I moved down here. Didn't have a lot of friends and stuff like that, but um, I still love my city, man.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna beat the drum from where I'm from.
Hey, it has to. You have to.
You have to.
And I yell Texas everywhere I go. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's. I think it's in the Texas law. You have to. But man, if somebody's watching right now, let's say the struggling addict, man, he's been clean 1, 2, 3 days, an hour. What kind of advice would you give him?
Ask for help.
Yeah.
Please ask for help. If you just find one person that believes in you or supports you, what you're trying to do, it makes a big difference. Like I said, I'm always going to go back to nobody does this by themselves. This isn't my 13 years. This is our 13 years. Because everybody plays a part. Whether you realize it or not, you're playing a major part in me not going back to what I used to do.
Yeah. That's so man, I know a couple of people that have struggled with relapse recently. And it's hard to be on this side, as I know it is on that side, for the whatever the relapse situation was. But but there's times where I don't know how to say this without sounding jacked up. I want to kick his ass or kick that person's ass and be like, "Come on, man! You got this. Look at what you've had and where you were to what you know." I try to be sympathetic at the same time. I guess there's a time and place for tough love, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
We can't be more willing than the person. I can tell you all day what I went through and all that stuff, but it your experience is only as valid as your own. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't tell you how bad it was. You have to go through it yourself to see. Because then you feel it. I can feel it for you all day, but until you feel it, then it's gonna make a difference.
Tell me about something, man, that Ronnie used to take for granted that he doesn't anymore.
Life
in general, man. I see with me, it's the little things like the smells and the sky and things like that. Like I probably sat outside and if there's a nice sunset, I'm just stare at it and I don't know what I'm looking at, but it's things like that I definitely took for granted. And even the small things, man, like if you're thirsty, go get a drink of water. If you were in a facility, it's not that easy. You know what I mean?
it wasn't an option sometimes.
Yeah, especially if you wanted a Coke and
Exactly.
or things like that. Yeah, it's a lot of things that small things and big things that I took for granted that I don't anymore. Man, it's always good having you here, and I really enjoy when you come on. Because you have a lot of knowledge, man. You speak really well, and and you as a person to me, I know you say don't look up or don't take nothing from me, but you said 13 years. That's a fucking long time, and that's something that I look forward to saying one day. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that, man.
You can do it, man.
Yeah.
Anybody, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
So without going into in a I don't know if I was supposed to say that. Yeah.
You're right.
It would that how much of a help was that just in itself?
A major help.
Yeah.
It was a major help because for that hour-long meeting, all the noise stopped up here, and that's always been my downfall. Because my mind will tell me, "Go do this." The body follows.
Yeah.
So it was really easy for me when I first came into the rooms to, they say, suit up and show up and shut the fuck up. So, and I wasn't good at that either. I still like to run my mouth, but I
Nah.
I took suggestions, man.
Yeah.
That was key for me. I took a lot of suggestions, and because obviously I didn't know what I was doing. Left to my own devices, this is where I end up, homeless on the street with a needle in my arm. So once again, it's all about perspective. I'm not willing to go back. I'm not, because I don't think I have another recovery in me. I really don't. People ask me that all the time, and I said, no, I don't. That's why I don't go back. That's why I don't entertain it at all.
Yeah.
I know what the alternative is.
I don't even know if this is a good question, but do you ever dream of using?
They were a lot more prevalent when I first got clean. Not so much anymore. But here's the crazy thing. It's not even about using. Sometimes I'll just think of some crazy shit and I'll be like, I want to go break something or something, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's my addiction works in so many different ways. Um, but the using dreams not so much, but I still will have them every once in a while, and then I'll wake up and be like, oh shit, am I still clean? Like, it's that real.
Yeah.
But I know that's my subconscious fucking with me, like, because I haven't given, my body the stuff that it wanted for a long time. I've had to feel everything. I've had to go through everything. That's hard for an addict, man, to have to deal with feelings, because we try to suppress our feelings for so long.
Yeah.
And then now I have to feel everything. Like, that's crazy. And it's not fun, because life on life's terms is still gonna happen.
How long have you been married?
I've been married 12 years.
12 years.
I think. Hope she don't kill me for that.
Oh
I think
shit.
12.
She's watching too, bro.
It's all good.
So at the beginning, man, so the emotions, did that ever cause a lot of friction? Because you didn't say the I love yous, you didn't, do the affection type of deal, because like you say, we try to hide emotions.
And not with her. I was myself. I was so broken down and stuff when I first came into the rooms. I just wanted somebody to talk to, or somebody to listen. See, that's what a lot of people want. They just want somebody to understand and listen. What'd she say?
She said, math ain't your strong point. Suit.
Whatever. But I try to just stay the course, man.
Yeah.
No matter what.
I asked you the dream question, man, because I have them, every now and then, and it's I wake up and I feel like ashamed of myself, and it sounds, I don't even know if this is a good feeling, but I think I another reason I won't go back is because the I'd have to tell people, and then saying that I messed up, and then I know people like Ricky would be at my door, and me having to explain, okay, I got to start over, and I think that that has a big deal, like why I continue to be my path of recovery, and having those dreams, waking up and be like, oh shit, was that real? Did that really happen? You have to go look around and be like, oh no, no, okay, that was just a dream. Is why I asked you. Yeah. Man, can I so with everything going on, man, how do you what do you see 5 years from now, 10 years from now? What's Ronnie doing? What's Ronnie's life look like?
I ain't got to look too far. Alive and clean. I have this tattooed on me. It says, I'm the two things they said I would never be: alive and clean. 3109 is my clean date.
That's that's dope, man.
So that's where I see myself.
When'd you get that?
Uh, Probably about 8 months ago.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. Alive and clean.
Because I use people talking shit and stuff like that as motivation. Pain's always been my greatest motivator. I don't recommend it, but
I understand.
I I love people telling me I can't do something. And
Yeah.
I just kept playing that through my head when I first got clean. You're like, even family members were like, you ain't gonna do this. And I was like, all right, well, I hope you're wrong.
I'll prove you wrong.
So
Man, so how how's everything at your job? How's life been as far as just in general? You know what I mean? How's work? How's your day to day? How are things?
so with my work, this is crazy, but in 2004 when I came to Texas, um, we already had a rehab set up for where I was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, it was Jenny Seeley in Galveston, UTMB. And of course, as soon as I got off the plane, we went right to the rehab, and it was a rehab and a psychiatric ward. So I got off the plane, went there for a few days, and then I cleaned up, but I didn't get clean after that. But here's the crazy part: the same place I went to rehab in the other place, I now work at that place.
No shit.
So with God, anything is possible. He's not limited to what he can do, and I'm just grateful that I'm able to, because I've seen a lot of bad shit in my life, but I've seen so much good, and it always outweighs the bad. And a lot of the bad stuff was self-inflicted. I can't really blame others for my decisions because they were my decisions. It was my decision to stick a needle in my arm for the first time. Nobody made me do it.
Yeah.
We all have choices, and so I'm just glad that I don't have to do it anymore.
Man, it's hard to talk when I speak with topics like this. You know what I mean? Because I kind of I get in my feelings because it seems so. Let's say me talking to me. You know what I mean? So the conversation is awkward, and, and we don't got Ricky here to interrupt every couple minutes.
No doubt.
Yeah, Ricky, we miss you. Yeah. Um, we have a comment right here. Damn. I mean, so
Thanks, Felicia, for making me cry.
yeah,
Um,
that is different.
but she's a very strong person too, man.
Yeah,
I try to talk to her every day, just to reach out, just to make sure, because I know she's struggling. So if I can help in any way, I will. I told her that. She knows that. Her dad meant a lot to me.
yeah. I don't know. That's not. It's nothing I wish on my kids, and it's nothing that you know. I got daughters, and daughter's first love is their father, and I'm just glad things are in a different way for me. This has man. So, how's your life been different than what you would have imagined? So let's say 13 years ago, Ronnie walking into the rooms to this Ronnie right here. Is it all that you dreamed of? Did you expect less and you have more?
I've always expected less
Yeah.
because I never had real good self esteem or anything like that. I tell people all the time, God tests you, and people only see the answers we get right.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
They don't see the process. They don't see what you got to go through to try to get better. They don't see none of that. They just see the end product, and they're like, "Oh, it's amazing. He's so good." But it's been a hard ass road.
What does the future hold for Ronnie?
I definitely want to. If I had my plans, I would want to start a whole bunch of rehabs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I uh I have to do more. And I promised my friend's family that I would, and I'm a man of my word, so let's roll.
You think about doing more public speaking?
Absolutely.
You
I don't
need
think I'm very good at it, to be
nah,
honest with you.
you don't give yourself enough credit, man. You actually really are. Once you got like a little nervous thing at the beginning, but once it's done and said, dude, if I can do it, and I'm nervous as shit all the time. I'm always like, I don't want to ask a inappropriate question, or is it the right time? Is it not? Man. So, with things going on in your life, man, so how do you stay balanced, man? Life and work, life and you want to give back. So how are you stopping yourself from taking in too much?
I'm pretty good at boundaries.
Yeah,
I used to not be. But I'm like I said, I'm really structured. So I try to go to 2 or 3 meetings a week.
yeah,
And it's so easy to communicate with people now because you can just text.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
So I can text somebody and I don't have to really call. I'd be like, "Hey, how you doing? What's going on?" Because a lot of people's problems, man, is they internalize it. They're like, "No, I can fix the problem," and at that point, you're too far gone.
Stubbornness,
Absolutely.
a big
But I get it. I've been there. I know what that feels like.
right.
I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to get up in the morning and say, "You know what? Today I'm not going to use dope." And then 20 minutes later, I'm doing dope. I had a mind that wanted to kill me and a body that wouldn't die at some point. So this has always been not good for me, especially in a situation um, where something happens. I always go with my second thought. My first thought is always that dope fiend mentality, like
Yeah,
whether it's something minuscule or something stupid. That's my thought process. Like I know that about myself, so I have to play the tape all the way through. Because if I don't, it's not going to end well for Ronnie.
I man. So with I love that you're trying to give back and do more to keep promise. Are you still in contact with your sponsor? Yeah.
You know my sponsor,
Who's your sponsor?
Sherman.
Oh shit. That's
Yeah.
my guy. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sherman.
Sure, man. I need to catch up with him, man. It's been a minute. I've
Oh,
been
hold on. I want to interrupt. Hold on. Real quick. It's easy for y'all to focus on me and talk about me, but let's talk about Raul for a second. Raul's the real deal. I'm proud of you for having 3 years.
I appreciate you.
Raul is also a veteran, so thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate that, and you know it's easy for us to talk and brag and boast, but I think we need to reach out to people more and say, hey, if you know somebody's struggling, just reach out. Hey, how you doing? You need anything?
Yeah.
Because we just never know what somebody else is going through. You never know.
It's true, man. Even a simple text, small things. I do another podcast, a military podcast, and one of the things I love saying is it's okay not to be okay, and that's my favorite thing to say.
Yep.
And and people feel it. Like, yeah, I get it. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. And with you speak of Mr. Sherman, man. I'm just grateful for people like him, man, because his service and what he continues to do in the not only in the veteran community, but civilian community as well. He's a damn rock star, bro. And I hope when that I don't want to say older, but wiser.
Yeah, don't say older.
Yeah. I hope I'm half that, man. He is I don't understand him sometimes. I'm like, how do you do this, sir?
He's bound and determined to make a difference.
And he has.
That's the beauty of it. He's bound and determined to make a difference.
And he
And a lot of people can't see it because, unless it's right in front of your face, you don't get it. But there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes to help a lot of people.
Yeah.
And if you get this stuff and you don't help people out, you're selfish.
Yeah. I agree. Share what you know and what you've experienced, and the rest will work, hopefully. Yeah. Mr. Mercer is actually shit. I said his last name.
Sure did.
Yeah, my bad. He is actually the first person that I spoke to when I got into Veterans Court. He was and then he's seen me blossom into the person that I am now, from the beginning. And he's seen me screw up and do things. And it's one man that never judged on, he might have been like, hey, you're messing up, but he never judged me, through everything. And I take his friendship very seriously. Yeah.
Just remember, it's not where you start, it's where you finish.
It is.
Because if that's the case, nobody's got a chance.
I'm not finished yet either. I'm far from being finished, man. So much stuff I want to accomplish. So many things that I'm juggling that I have in the air right now.
Yeah, you do a lot. But here's my thing. I said this in the meeting today that I did. It's I'm no longer in a box. When I was using, I was in a box. I could only go to these four corners.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I have recovery, I'm not limited to just those meetings. I'm not limited to what I can do. And that's a beautiful thing for me, man.
That's dude, you speak when you speak, it's like a thing of quotes. Like I can, I'm in the shirt game. So like a lot of things you're saying, I'm like, man, that shit would sound good. That's what I'm thinking in the back of my head. Like that shit would sound good on a shirt.
I'll tell you, man, I I just speak from the heart. I was such a chucking and jiving, lying piece of shit for so long. Now I'm just brutally honest. And to some fault sometimes, I'll say shit that might offend some people, and that's never my intentions, but I'm straightforward, man. I just did what they told me to do, and thank God it worked.
Yeah.
I don't know why, I don't know how, but I have to make sure that I'm trying to make sure that the call I got a few weeks ago, if I have anything to say about it, will never happen again. Because we go away, people step away, and time goes fast, and people start to forget about stuff, and oh, that happened or this happened, and I'm just not one of them people. I want people to, um, for me, I want them to live forever. My friend taught me a lot of stuff, man. He taught me never judge a book by its cover, have confidence in yourself, um, love everybody, even when they don't love you. That's huge, man. That's a special person, and I just want to make them proud. That's all.
You have, man, and you continue to every day, one day at a time. You know, uh, I could see the emotion on your face, man, and it's. I'm sorry for your loss, and it's experiencing death, man, is it's something I don't I don't do well, but I do better than most, and especially that I speak a lot about mental health. I speak a lot about suicide prevention. I speak a lot about reach out for help. It's okay. Uh, Only the strong reach out for help, and there's help out there. There's a lot of it, and if anybody's struggling with anything right now, don't be scared to reach out for help. Don't think that anyone's going to judge you. There's even if you just want to, I challenge you, if you're struggling right now, to attend one meeting. They're everywhere. Look, just look it up in your location. We have a good one here in Pearland. If anybody's watching this local, um, it's every day, 7 o'clock. Yeah, yeah, man. So this has been different without Ricky,
It's
because
been nice. That's fucked up.
yeah. He's probably listening right now. He's gonna be like, "Damn, you, you gotta." She says, "I still look at you guys as family. I know my ex-husband and I aren't together anymore, but I've always been your biggest cheerleader."
That's what I was saying earlier, man. Just find somebody that believes in you. That's why we use, because of pain. And we think that the dope is going to fix the issue or the problem. And it just compiles the problem. Because now you're trying to you're trying to make this drug fix your problems, self medicate, and it sucks because I know what it's like to be in the throes of addiction. I know what that feels like. And I was asked the other day if I had any regrets. and I do. I really do. I thought about it long and hard, and all I kept coming up with is about if I could save a lot of people. But I know I'm not God, so I can't play that part. But what I can do is let people know there's resources, like you were saying. There's ways that you can get help. If you need help, ask for it. It don't make you a bitch. It don't make you weak. Ask for fucking help.
There's plenty of resources like we spoke of. Uh, are there any particular resources that have helped you that you would necessarily tell people?
I wouldn't go with all the criteria that I go with because I have a small circle. Because for me, you have to earn my trust. I'm not one of those people that are like, oh, okay, well, let's give them a chance. That's not how I operate. It's how I've always been. You have to show me that you give a fuck
Yeah.
for me to give a fuck. Sorry for cussing.
Nah, you good. You say whatever the hell you want.
That's just key for me. I can talk to somebody in the first 4 minutes, realize if they're real or fake.
Yeah.
God gave me that gift, thank God.
That's a good gift to have.
But
and a bad gift.
Yeah, it is. Because it doesn't allow a lot of people to come into your circle.
Yeah.
And that might really care about you, and that's a shortcoming of mine, obviously. I've been trying to do better because my wife likes throwing cookouts and all that shit. So I've gotten a little better. But you're talking to a dope fiend from Baltimore who lived on the street. So when I go home, that's my oasis, man. That's where I can just shut the door and block everything else out that's going on and feel safe. Because it's a bad situation when you don't even feel safe in your own head.
Yes, I know. It's been I think. Man, let me ask you right now, what brings Ronnie peace, man?
That's a good ass question. That's a real good question. What brings Ronnie peace? Being okay with me and people around me. That's what that gives me peace because.
You mean like feeling like you're doing right? I don't.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So right by them.
I try to do right by everybody, but that's kind of impossible, But yeah, I really like to. I like to do that, because I want. A lot of people gave me respect, so I want to give it back to them also, So.
I like that. So when you meet new people, man, what is something that you want them to know about you right off the bat?
You can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Yeah. That's it. I like that.
There's Ricky Cruz.
Ricky Cruz, welcome to the show.
What up, Houston? Pearland, Texas.
What's going on,
What
man?
up, player?
I
couldn't let y'all have all the fun, man.
How you doing, movie star?
Man, I'm doing all right. I'm blessed.
Man,
I'm blessed. Let me put this right here, man, so my audience will see us.
what you been doing?
Shoot, man, I've been just I've been working. Let me put this right here. I'm sorry to interrupt you, big man. Ronnie, what up, player?
Look what we got right here.
Who's there?
Late as usual.
What up, what Rachel is? She here?
No.
She ain't here?
Nah.
Oh, man. I wanted to give you a hard time. What's up, R? What's up? Let me see. I'm here. Big dog in the house, man. Did I interrupt anything or what? Am I late to the party or what?
Of course you interrupted. you talking about?
What up? Where y'all at, man?
Man, we
Where?
just chatting, man. We told
yeah, what y'all talking about?
man, actually we were talking about that the reason we've been gone was because we were having contract disputes.
Who?
Me and you.
Me and you, yeah, man. He was he wanted to kick me out, man. Yeah, he wanted to muscle. Yeah, he wanted to muscle me out.
30%.
And we had to get our attorneys to talk to each other, man. Yeah,
No doubt.
So what's up, man? I'm glad to see Ronnie back, man.
Me too,
yeah.
man. I'm
Dude.
definitely glad.
Hey, so where did I know that? Hey, look, this is my Facebook friends over here. Here's Ronnie, man. What's up, everybody in A&A land? There's Raul over there, man, and he's over there too. There's a handsome devil over there, man. This is Ronnie. This is my boy, man. How many years you got, Ronnie?
13.
13 years, man. Clean and serene. I don't know. Are you happy, Ronnie?
Very happy.
Very happy, happily married, man. He's a good dude, man, Ronnie. You know, I'm gonna tell you, and if the people that from this is my Facebook page, and then we've got the other what do you call it from over there? From the big house to the penthouse with Raul, Ricky, and Ronnie, man. We're fixing to blow this thing up, man. We have some very exciting news, by the way, man. We're fixing to join us three. We're gonna join a couple of these organizations, right, Ronnie? Right, Raul?
Yes, sir.
And man, we're gonna do some awesome things, man. We have great news for recovering addicts, man. We're gonna help some people, Ronnie and Raul. We're gonna help some people, man. We're gonna get some people, help people get their lives together. And you know what? What's funny about it, man? Like our sponsors used to tell us is that by us helping others, man, we end up helping ourselves accidentally. You know, and that's what I tell my kids too, man. Look, like our sponsors used to tell us was, hey, listen, man, screw me, help someone else. You know what I mean? That's where the magic happens, bro. So and so Ronnie, and I'm man, dude, I'm happy to be back, bro. Man, it feels good.
You.
It feels good, man,
good,
to be
man.
back.
Got a fresh haircut.
I got
good.
cleaned up, man. My old lady Lisa finally let me take off for a little bit. She says, "Go take a break, man. Go get cleaned up. You're looking a little rough there, Cruz." You know what I mean?
Well, didn't y'all just get back from vacation?
Yes, we did. I was on business and she was on vacation. You know. I was on business vacation. Yeah. But yeah. So what did I miss, man? Were you at or what? What happened?
We talked about a lot. We talked about Ronnie. Ronnie recently lost a friend.
I remember Ronnie. We talked about it briefly, man. I know he was a dear friend of yours, and I think were y'all using at one time together or no?
No, we never used it. It was earlier growing up, but the dude taught me a lot of stuff, man. You know, and like I said, it's a crying shame, you know, and I wish I could have helped him more. I tried, you know, I reached out and we were talking. But unfortunately, it didn't have the outcome I was hoping for.
Right.
You know, so like,
dude, but you don't. I mean, but you don't feel. Do you mind me asking you something? You don't feel guilty yourself about anything, do you? By any chance?
I do.
You do. What do you feel guilty about? See, I've never experienced that, and I'm sorry if I seem a little heartless. I'm not trying to, But what is it that you feel bad about? I mean, do you feel like that you should have been there been there physically for him, or what? See, I've never experienced. I had two guys that passed away. But I didn't know him that well. You know what I mean? When we left rehab, like they were saying that there's a statistics that certain amount of us don't make it.
Right.
And in fact, they told me that. And when I told Robert, I remember calling Robert when I left rehab, I said, Robert, there's a certain amount of people in recovering addicts that don't make it. Well, I'm that 1%. I think there was a 1%. I'm that 1%. Robert's like, oh, Dad, please go back to rehab, man. I remember him telling me. But, dude, I got out with a mission, man. I really got out with a mission, and I don't know. Some people say it's, they say God. And I know this isn't a religious program, and it's a spiritual program though, man. Right. Because we're spiritual people. It's not politics. It's not religion, but it is spiritual. And my higher power, man, I guess now all those little sayings that you just say that that we're here for a purpose, man. You're here for a purpose, Ronnie. You, for some reason, with your story, is very courageous and very uplifting. That story that you have, and yours too, Raul. All the stuff that you shared and I shared, man. Maybe there is a reason why we're really here. I don't know, right? I don't know. All I know is that I'm still here, and I should have been dead, right? And all of us, I mean, your story, my story, and all of our stories, right? I mean, we're survivors, we are survivors, man. And we have to spread the word. We have to spread the word and spread the love, because ultimately that's what it is, man, is love, right? Like the John Lennon song, right? I think John Lennon wrote that. Was it John Lennon? Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, I'm old.
No, we all are, bro. Hey, you know what? That's a luxury that some people don't have the privilege of. Is getting old. Yeah. I look at myself in the mirror, man, and see, now I cut my hair real short right here on the side, because I got that white hair coming out, and I don't want to. I look a little younger. Tell me if I look younger, bro.
With a haircut?
No. Ronnie's
he's
not the one to ask, man. He's not the one.
You don't want to hype him up.
Don't gas him up. Nah, bro.
But look, man. Here's the deal, man. I hate to interrupt, right? But I made it here as quick as I could. I'm sorry, I'm super late. In fact, I'm barged in on y'all's conversation.
No,
but
you're good.
I wanted to see you guys, and I wanted to make it here as fast as I could, man, because there's gonna be the other part next week, right?
Yeah,
next week, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do part 4.
All right, right on, man. So, where did you leave off, man? Tell me to finish what I was talking about before I interrupted.
I can't really remember it once you interrupted.
Well, try, man. Do you remember, Raul? Where were you guys?
No, I was just basically asking him a bunch of questions. What keeps him motivated, things like that.
So, what does? Do you mind? Can can we extend this hour a little bit, just another 10 minutes or something? So, what does keep you motivated, Ronnie? Because I've never heard your motivation besides your lovely wife that you have. You know what I mean? I'm sure she's a motivation for you, right? I know mine is. My wife is. Well, sometimes she's not, but a lot of times she is. You know what I mean? She can come in here and knock me upside my head. So go ahead, Ronnie. Talk to us about your motivation and what keeps you clean. What keeps you off the drugs? Or from self, or I guess from self too, right? From self.
I never want to go back to where I was. And
where were you?
Well, I mean, we talked about it earlier. The homeless,
right
on the street,
we're eating out of a dumpster and all that.
Dumpsters, yeah. But I mean, I guess you could even go lower if you really wanted to. But that's what it took from me, and I'm not willing to give it up.
Mm-hmm.
I've been given so much, not just using dope. I've got to figure out who I am. I've got to figure out how I can be a better son or brother or husband.
Right.
Like, I've gotten so many more gifts, just not the recovery aspect of it, because I tell people all the time, once you get off the dope, the real shit starts. Because then you really got to figure out who you are.
Right.
And we don't know who the fuck we are.
Hey, dude, and that's tough, though, man. That is tough, because we go through life, at least me, man, I went through life, being raised on, my dad's ideas, my mom's ideas, and those ideas weren't very good. You know what I mean? So, getting rid of the alcohol and the dope, man. They say when you get rid of the dope and the alcohol, what's left? You. You know what I mean? And that's sometimes hard to look at in the mirror, man. Especially when you've been out there doing some bullshit. You know what I mean? And you're kind of feel disappointed about yourself. And I don't know about you, man. Maybe y'all haven't been disappointed about yourselves, but I've done a lot of shit that I've been very disappointed about, And it's hard to accept, man. Like putting my kids through what I put them through. You know what I mean? I think one day we were at an NA meeting, and they were talking about, the talk for today was something about, what was it, saying I'm sorry. That hit me, man. You know what I mean? Because I was thinking back, man, it's been a long time, dude. It's been so long since I've had to say I apologize to people today. If I do you wrong, if Raul comes in, I'm in a bad mood, and he comes in, hey, what's up, Rick? Whatever. You know what I mean? And that happens. I'm not gonna say I don't, man. My lovely friends. Sometimes I act out before I think, But what the difference from me from 15, 20 years ago to today is that I can go over there, man, and go, hey, Raul, fuck you, Rick. You know, hey, man, give me a minute, man. Let me open the door, dog. You know what I'm saying? Let me talk to you. Oh, okay, what, man? Hey, look, man, I'm sorry, man. You know, I don't want to apologize, man. I'm just, I had something on my mind. I'm not afraid to do that today, man. See, I used to be, though, right? I used to be. What do you think about that, Raul?
No,
what's your thought on that, man?
As far as what
you say you're sorry. I mean, did you ever apologize a lot to your kids? Because I know you're really tight with your kids. I mean, your girls especially. Was there ever a time? Now let's interview him, right? Let's turn the tables on Raul. Shit, it's time, right? Let's put the camera on him. Let's put him on the hot seat. Did you ever have to say you were sorry to someone?
I did. I apologized a lot throughout.
No, not apologize. Say it. I'm sorry. You go into someone and say, "Hey, listen, man, I'm sorry about blah blah blah." See, I don't say I'm sorry anymore, man. I go to people and I apologize. I don't. There's something about that word. I'm sorry. That phrase.
Yeah.
That I just can't stand. I can't make myself say those words.
Okay, I agree.
Does you know what I'm saying?
No. Yeah,
do you understand?
It makes sense. Well, there's still a lot of people I need to apologize to.
What do you call that, Ronnie? What do you call that? You need to, he needs to do some
make amends.
Make them. You need them, and you still need to make some amends to some folks.
There's still a few. I have to do more making amends with my family. Because I wasn't always the best brother or son or shit person.
Right.
I have to make amends to a lot of friends.
Well, can I ask you what's keeping you from it? Is it just because you don't see them, or
no? I just I need to, because tomorrow's not a gift. It's not guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed. Absolutely.
And I think I keep like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'll do it tomorrow. And it's there's a few people. It's my parents, my ex-in-laws. I feel like I need to make amends. They've done a lot for me, and I wasn't always the grateful person,
right?
And I was an asshole, bro.
That's hard to believe.
And I cared about me and only me.
That's hard for me to believe.
Yeah. So I still need to fix some things.
So you have some amends lingering.
Yes.
That you need to tighten up.
I do.
Oh, wow, man. I didn't know that.
I need to jump on it.
Right
but
on.
a lot of the friends also, man. I probably haven't been there as much as in the past as I should have been. But now they can't get rid of me. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'll like we were talking earlier, Ronnie. I'll text somebody just to say, fuck you.
Yeah. And it's like, hey, man, that's cool, man. Yeah.
Just cause.
Right.
I want you to know I'm thinking about you.
Yeah. And then I'm going to tell you something, man. There was about 3-4 weeks ago, this cat right here was out of character. And you remember, right? About 3-4 weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago, he was out of character. And I'm sorry, man. I think I followed up for a couple of days going, hey, you were, I hope you don't mind me sharing this, man. Your daughter graduated from school.
Yeah.
And it was hitting you a little different, right? I don't know exactly what the deal was, but man, Raul was having a little bit of a hard time, right? I don't know what caused me to call him or mess. I haven't heard from him or something. We were during our break.
Yes.
It was during our break, man. And then, hey, what's up, man? Oh, nothing, man. He wasn't answering me right away, right? And I was, this cat answers right away, man. 5:00 in the morning, he answers, man. And he didn't answer me. I was like, what's going on, man? And then, no, I said, you know what? I called him. Oh no, man. And his daughter had just graduated and he had some things like that going on, man. And see, dude, and this is where us as friends, man, this is where we should show up for each other. You know what I mean? And support and all that stuff that beautiful shit that we talk about when we need to really do it. You know what I mean? And it's what the program's about, man. It's a doing program, man, not talking. Because we talk a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And not just recovering addicts, but people in general. Me, I talk a lot of shit, right?
I'm pretty good at it.
You talk
too.
a lot of shit.
A lot of shit, but yeah, a lot.
Did you see him too? His phone was ringing. He looked at me like it was
Like it was your fault.
Like it was my phone. I'm like, nah, bro, that's your phone.
Hey, but listen, man. Okay, so listen, we're gonna cut it. I know it's we're past due time, man. Let's cut it. Let's shut it off, and then we're gonna be next week, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I'll hand it back over to Raul.
Man,
Raul.
it feels great to be back.
It does, man.
You know, we took a break. Like we speak of, mental health is something that we speak about, and it's okay to step away from situations when you need to. Sometimes everybody needs a break, and I'm just ready to get back to work because I feel like we're making a difference, and it's something that I look forward to every Wednesday is coming and doing this podcast with Ricky and whoever we have as a guest, because learning their experience, strength, and hope is something that it reassures me, if that makes any sense. It makes me like, okay, it is possible. You got 13 years. Ricky's got like 11.
I'm going on 11 in September.
Ricky's going on 11.
Yes.
That's a big fucking deal.
You telling me? And seeing you guys and the way you are helps me, and hearing everyone's experience, the strength, and of course the hope.
Right on.
It's to prove that, Ricky, the lie's dead.
We do recover, baby.
We do recover.
Man.
All right, man. Raul Moreno in the house, man. Where's the claps at, man? Where's the applause? Hey, Ronnie, what's up, Ronnie?
Ronnie will be back
Yes,
next
sir.
week. Thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to share, like, subscribe. Be sure to like our Facebook and our YouTube. And if you missed it, this will be available on all podcast platforms as of tomorrow. As always, Ricky,
Raul
the lie
is
is
dead,
dead.
man. We do recover.